Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Listen and Learn. I'm Jami, and I'm so glad you're here. You've already done something amazing. You've built your English A2 foundation. You can speak in simple sentences, understand basic conversations, and handle everyday situations. That's fantastic. But now you might feel stuck. You want to move beyond simple English. You want to speak fluently, understand movies, and talk about complex ideas. You want to jump from A2, basic user, to B1, independent user, and then finally to B2, upper intermediate. This is the hardest part of the journey, but it is totally achievable. Today, I am giving you the complete, detailed roadmap to make that huge jump. This lecture is structured into 5 powerful parts, giving you the exact grammar, vocabulary, and study techniques you need. Get ready to transform your English. Let's start with the most critical transition, A2 to B1. At A2, your speaking is often a collection of short, separate ideas. For example, I like tea. I drink it every day. It makes me feel good. To reach B1, you need to connect these simple ideas. B1 means you can handle most everyday situations, tell stories about the past, and give simple reasons and explanations. The biggest change is moving from simple sentences to complex sentences. The first essential grammar change is mastering the present perfect tense. At A2, you mainly use the past simple. The present perfect is necessary for B1 because it connects the past with the present. It lets you talk about experiences or duration. A2, I started learning English in 2023. B1, present perfect, I have been learning English since 2023. A2, I didn't travel to London. B1, present perfect, I have never traveled to London. Detailed practice. The structure is have or has plus past participle, V3. Practice using the present perfect with time expressions like for, since, yet, already, never, and ever. Write 5 sentences about things you have done in your life and 5 things you haven't done yet. The second crucial B1 skill is using linking words, the bridges between your simple sentences. These include because, so, but, although, however, while, then, before, and after. A2 sentences. I was tired. I went to bed early. B1 sentences. Using so. I was tired, so I went to bed early. B1 sentences using because. I went to bed early because I was tired. The words although and but are vital for showing contrast. A2, it was cold. I went outside. B1, I went outside although it was cold. Using these connectors shows your independence and makes your English sound smoother and more natural. Scenario. Talking about a movie. A2, the movie was long. I didn't like it. B1, using contrast and reason. Although the movie was very long, I actually enjoyed it because the acting was excellent. Scenario. Talking about work. A2, I work hard. I want a promotion. B1, using result and condition. I work very hard so that I can get a promotion, but my boss hasn't noticed me yet. Practical exercise. Take any simple paragraph you wrote in A2. Now, rewrite it, adding at least 5 different linking words to make it one connected, flowing paragraph. This exercise instantly pushes you into the B1 range. To reach B1, you need to expand your vocabulary from approximately 1,500 words to 3,000 words. The secret is not just learning single words, but learning collocations. Collocations are 2 or 3 words that naturally go together. When you learn them as a unit, you speak faster and more naturally. Instead of very happy, say highly satisfied. Instead of do a mistake, say make a mistake. Instead of a good chance, say a strong possibility. Instead of big rain, say heavy rain. How to study. When you learn a new word, immediately look up the verbs and adjectives that commonly go with it. For the noun decision, learn the verb make a decision. For the noun problem, learn the adjective major problem. Learning in chunks like this is key to B1 fluency. So, the first critical step to B1 is complete. Master the present perfect and start building bridges with connecting words. Your B1 challenge. What is one new thing you have started doing in your life recently? Use the present perfect and a linking word in your answer below. Let's move to part 2, focusing on turning your passive understanding into active, usable English. Welcome to the B1 to B2 challenge. This jump is not about learning new English, but about using the English you already know faster and more accurately. At B1, you understand a lot, but you often hesitate when speaking. You need to turn your passive knowledge, what you understand when reading or listening, into active skills, what you can say or write. B2, upper intermediate, is about fluency and spontaneity. To force this activation, use the 3R active listening method with any listening material. 1. Receive. Listen. Listen to a short clip. Example, a news report for the main idea. 2. Record. Note. Listen again and write down 5 useful, high-quality sentences or collocations. 3. Repeat. Activate. Immediately use those 5 phrases in a short spoken paragraph about your day or a fictional story. This is the moment of transformation. You are moving the phrase from your memory to your mouth. Another crucial activation technique is shadowing. Find a 30-second audio clip of a native speaker. Listen carefully, then listen again and try to say the words at the exact same time as the speaker. Don't worry about the meaning yet. Focus on copying the rhythm, stress, and pronunciation. This physically trains your mouth muscles and your brain to produce fluent English speech without translation pauses. Do this for 10 minutes every day. B2 level requires you to sound more formal, objective, and academic. The key structure for this is the passive voice. Example, was written, is being cleaned. B1, active. The student finished the test. B2, passive. The test was finished by the student. Why is the passive voice important? It allows you to A. Focus on the action when the doer is unknown or unimportant. B. Sound professional. Most academic writing and news reports use the passive voice. Detailed practice. Practice changing 10 active sentences into the passive voice using different tenses. Example, present simple passive, past simple passive, present continuous passive, simple active. B1. Someone stole my wallet yesterday. Formal passive. B2. My wallet was stolen yesterday. Simple active. B1. The government will build a new hospital. Formal passive. B2. A new hospital will be built by the government. This adds sophistication to your speech. B2 speakers sound confident, but also polite. This is achieved through modal verbs and indirect questions. Instead of asking simple questions, you soften them. Simple question, B1. Where is the post office? Indirect question, B2. Could you tell me where the post office is? Or, do you happen to know where the post office is? Using phrases like, could you possibly, I wonder if you could, and do you happen to know makes your B2 English sophisticated and formal. Direct, B1, give me the report. Polite, B2, would you mind sending me the report when you have time? Direct, B1, I want to know the time. Polite, B2, I was wondering if you knew the current time. Practice turning 10 direct commands or questions into polite, indirect forms. Let's practice activation. Use the shadowing technique for 5 minutes today. Then try to use one passive voice sentence and one indirect question in a conversation. Share your best B2 polite question in the comments. Now, let's move to part 3 to tackle the most complex grammar, conditionals and reported speech. We have built the entire English roadmap together, piece by piece. The final question is, how do you fit all these techniques into your daily life to guarantee success? Part 5 is the most important. It's your actionable 6-pillar study plan. This is your commitment system, showing you exactly how much time to spend on activation, grammar, and spontaneous speaking every single day. We've covered the entire journey from the simple bricks of A2 to the complex B2 structure. To make this change happen, you need a consistent routine. Here is your 6-pillar study plan, designed to move you from B1 confidence to B2 fluency. Pillar 1, the daily grammar B2 focus. 20 minutes. Your grammar study must be precise. Stop reviewing basic verb tenses. Focus only on the B2 structures. Passive voice, second and third conditionals, reported speech, and complex modal verbs. Every day, do 10 practice questions and write 5 original sentences on one of these specific topics. You are an independent user now. Your study must be independent and targeted. Pillar 2, active listening and note-taking. 30 minutes. Only listening is passive. You need to activate it. Choose material slightly above your level, B2 podcasts or university lectures. Listen, and after every few sentences, pause and write down the key idea in your own words. This forces comprehension and summarization, a core B2 skill. Pillar 3, shadowing and phrasal verb activation. 15 minutes. This is your daily mouth training. Use the shadowing technique to improve your rhythm. Then, take the 3 new phrasal verbs or idioms you learned and use them in a 5-minute conversation with yourself or a speaking partner. This is the main way to move vocabulary from memory to active use. Pillar 4, vocabulary contextualization. 10 minutes. Stop using lists. When you find a new word like significant, learn its collocations like significant impact, significant challenge, and its form, significantly. The goal is not to know a word's meaning, but to know how to use it naturally. Pillar 5, the spontaneous speaking challenge. 15 minutes. Get a topic card, like talk about the future of transportation. Give yourself 1 minute to prepare, and then talk for 3 minutes without stopping. Record yourself. When you listen back, count the number of times you used a be-to structure, conditionals, passive, phrasal verbs. This builds the spontaneity required for be-to. Pillar 6, consistent immersion and fun. Daily. Make English your surrounding environment. Change your phone or computer language. Read news in English. Watch your favorite movies with English subtitles, not your native language. The more English your brain sees, the faster it accepts it as normal. Remember to forgive yourself for making mistakes. Mistakes are essential feedback. They tell you where to focus next. The secret to be-to is not intensity, but consistency. This is your complete roadmap, Jami. You have the tools to make the transition from A2 all the way to B2. It takes work, but you have already shown you are ready by watching this detailed lecture. Choose one thing from this 6-pillar plan and commit to it this week. If this comprehensive guide has helped you map out your English future, please give this video a big thumbs up. Share it with your fellow English learners, and most importantly, subscribe to listen and learn. Now, for your final challenge, tell me in the comments below, which of the 6 pillars are you going to start with this week to achieve B2? Let's start this journey together. Happy learning, and I'll see you in the next video.